Christine, Cynthia, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
My first question would be, how would you define Julian? I mean, in this particular job, in this particular era, you were taken to as characters. How would you define Julian?
Lord Fellowes, well, of course he wrote Downton Abbey, which was a thorough examination of the Edwardian age, but to his credit, and it speaks to his talent and his knowledge, he so beautifully researched the Gilded Age. He's a huge lover of Edith, and he is able to write as much about America as he wrote about Edwardian England. So, and he could tell us more about our history than we knew. So that's a beautiful thing.
Cynthia.
I mean, I think we were all dazzled by Julian's talent and by his abilities as a writer, but he's just an enormously funny person. That's my main impression, is that he's a person with, as Christine said, tremendous depth and breadth of knowledge, but also a great sense of fun. He always makes us laugh very hard.
Mm-hmm. In the show, I mean, from different points of view, of course, both your characters provide with gravitas the scene. I mean, when you are on the scene has certain weight, the weight of the old money that your characters say. Do you feel that way when you are on a set, on a film set or on a TV set, that you provide this gravitas experience working with the young people around you, or it's only a character thing?
Actually, I try to balance it out so that my younger colleagues are not intimidated. Poor Louisa started working. I play her aunt, and who is really tough on her, and she did say to her mom, "God, Christine just terrifies me. I'm just terrified of her." I thought, oh God. On the set, I usually try and stay in character. I don't, after many takes, maybe I can loosen up and make small talk, but I'm usually that person as much as I can be. But when it comes to these beautiful young performers who are coming on, you have to keep in mind that, they don't have the weight of all of those years of experience. So I think Cynthia and I would like to think we went out of our way to really make them feel comfortable and appreciated, because they are so not only beautiful and attractive, but they're so gifted, each and every one of them.
Yes, I mean, I feel like Christine bears the gravitas and I play the kind of, sillier sister darting around and checking in with everybody. So that was much easier to do. Ada is sort of like a natural hostess, and I enjoy being that in my life, and I enjoy being that on the set. So that suited me very well. I could dart around constantly and check up on everybody, mm-hmm. and still feel like I was a character. So.
Yeah, of course. I've been asking around your colleagues, the other members of the cast, about the future of this business, because you both have worked, of course, on film, TV, even musical theater. How do you see the future of this business we share, because journalists are part of this business, of course. With I would say cinema struggling, and this show going, of course, to a platform like HBO. How do you see the future of this?
Christine, you want to take it?
Well, I think on the plus side, there's just extraordinary work being done on a smaller screen. We're not going to be in a big movie house, but this story, we can tell the story of these characters as Downton Abbey did for many years, and that's just a terrific thing to be able to draw out a narrative for that long. And there is the money. HBO, Netflix, they have deep pockets to create these quality shows. I do fear greatly for the future of cinema, because movies are made to be seen in theaters, I think. on a really big screen. I mean, you would not make Lawrence of Arabia for the small screen. The greatest movies made, are often just those epics or those stories that, the English Patient. You want the expansiveness of that big screen, and I fear if people aren't going to want to go to the movie to see it, will there be young people who want to make those? Where will the young Spielbergs? Where will we find those people or the Scorseses? Will they dream that big dream of working with that huge canvas? I'm afraid about that aspect of the industry.
Cynthia?
Yes, I completely agree. I went this week to see West Side Story, and my wife and my son and I went. Great. And it was just so spectacular. And not only was it spectacular to see it on the big screen, which was of course amazing, but it was so wonderful to be in a theater of people. And I guess that's one of the things that I worry about the most is sort of being able to see the spectacle in Technicolor and big is very important, but also all of us, alone in our homes in front of our televisions, separated from each other. We're such a divided world already, and the less and less we gather and experience something, en masse, I think it makes it hard to build bridges with each other.
Thank you very much, Christine, Cynthia. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much.